And here we are tonight with Vampire the Masquerade. And here we are tonight with Vampire the Masquerade. And here my sound on Twitch going, oh fucking crap. But I fixed it. There you go. Vampire the Masquerade, Chicago by Night. This is technically our third session after, well, 2 sessions after session 0. And we have a new player tonight, Casper the Stalker, who joined us from Twitch. I believe that's where you found us, isn't it, Casper?
That is indeed correct.
And Casper yeah.
Apologies for not having a camera. Instead, you get this low-resolution version of Mothman.
Yeah, hopefully Twitch won't sue us for copyright, but we'll be. I'm sure we'll be.
I don't think so. I don't think you can copyright a cryptid.
Right, fair enough. So tonight we have with us Barry Tahira playing Jonathan Lancer. Is that right?
Yep. Yep, you're right. Jonathan Lancer, relatively rich.
Yep. Tell us more.
And a Ventru.
A Ventru. A very unusual Ventru, I might add.
Yes.
Cool. Then we have Jesse playing Yury. Tell us about Yury, if you will.
Yury from Ukraine. He's from Soviet Ukraine, Polish-born. He was involved in, well, not involved, but he suffered through the Chernobyl crisis, and later he was then subjugated to many atrocities, including Dmitry Mendelev and his very potent ghoul blood.
I see. Right. Okay. And now you're in Chicago for reasons.
Yes, very many reasons to be chasing the Archon who put my brother to death, and seizing my sire so I can ask questions.
Right. Then we have Charlie down below. Charlie, who are you playing this evening, and what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Hi, I'm playing Newbie. She is a Nosferatu. She normally covers up entirely. Last week she was wearing a gas mask, and her main role here is that she is a hacker and information gatherer. She likes to keep herself very, very private.
Right. Cool. And last but not least, we have our newcomer Casper playing Valen or Valen. Tell us about Valen, if you will, Casper.
Well, Valen's just a...
Or we could leave him as a surprise. But,
yeah, we could leave it as a surprise, but I'll go on ahead and let people know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Valen is a fine southern gentleman of sorts. He is of the Tremere bloodline, but unfortunately, he is caitiff.
Uh-huh. So we have a caitiff in our
I'll leave what else I do as a mystery to everyone else. Make things a little bit interesting.
All right, cool. Very well. Well, upon this evening, the 3 of you previous players, the first brood, shall we say, you have arisen on this dark and stormy night here in Chicago. You go about your usual waking up business. What does that consist of for you, Newbie?
Getting up, leaving. I guess, maybe I will spend some time catching up on some pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe I'll be on TikTok or whatever. And then maybe watch some anime. Maybe read a manga.
Right.
And then I will check over the webs I have created all over the place.
Right.
My little surveillance network.
Well, can you make a wits and computer check for me, please?
Sure. One day I'll figure out this stupid...
And feel free to
stupid character sheet.
Describe the room that you're in.
So it's quite small, quite cramped. There's lots of things on the wall. Lots of pictures of anime characters. Lots of really cool pictures that she's just found. She's got like a mini fridge just full of energy drinks, and she doesn't drink them. She pours like half out, and then she holds the rest in her hand to try and give her a bit more of a facade of humanity, I suppose.
Right.
She has a fish tank with a bearded dragon in it. Well, a tank with a bearded dragon in it that she can talk to.
Right.
She can.
She can. Does she have animalism?
Yeah.
Of course, she's a Nosferatu, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So she can. She has her coffin is actually just a wide locker sort of thing she stays in.
Right.
She's got an area which is just her like her tinkering zone where she creates these mechanisms that she uses in her work. Yeah.
Right, cool. Well, while you're going through your feed and what have you, you're looking at your social media and so on. How much social media do you actually have? Like you've got Facebook and stuff like that.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
I wouldn't have a Facebook.
Okay.
I'm just trying to catch up with pop culture, so I will have had a dummy account for most things.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you get a few ads for fish feed and axolotls from your searching and what have you. I mean, you've probably deleted a lot of your search history and so on, I imagine, and have various ways around that.
Overwritten.
Yeah. What was your computer and wits check?
Oh, I hadn't had a chance to do that. Sorry. Knew there was something I was missing. Okay, so bear with me. This will be in two lots. And then 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. Okay.
Yes.
You notice that there are some pings in your network suggesting to you that somebody has been trying to infiltrate it.
Oh, not today, Satan. Okay. Good thing here I have a couple of people that can help me out with these things, so feel free to tell me or give me suggestions as to how a hacker would do this. Looking at JC, looking at Casper.
Right.
Finding security measures, always having to have important loops.
Those things.
A lot of false positives.
Right. Okay. So you're busy doing these things and following up on these pings, all right? That sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're reading manga and stuff in the meantime.
Wouldn't mind figuring out where that comes from.
Hey, Caleb and Feral Artificer and Vancouver by Night and Jordan are all here. Thank you, guys. Welcome to ROLESTREAM once again. Okay, cool. So, Jesse, what does waking up for you look like? And you can use a bonus action to unmute yourself at any time. Crying is also
I'll be... Sorry. I don't usually mute myself. I don't know why. So it would be on the sub-level of Haven,
okay.
Which is the bar.
So the bar is called Haven.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Pretty much to be waking up. And the first thing that I would end up doing is just checking all the doors. He's not really technically apt, so he would have security, but that's what he has a newbie for.
Right.
She would be the one that would be setting up the cameras and any of the security that's actually required to monitor any hacking attempts. So that's, I'll have to go back to her whenever she's back on site to talk to her about it.
Yeah.
But the first thing that I would end up doing is trying to figure out how to use these damnable phones to text her to check the security.
Right. So you're going to call newbies shortly then. Is that your plan?
I will be, yeah. After I wake up, I'll take a sip of some refrigerated blood.
Okay, it's awful.
Pardon me?
It's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. But again, while he is an extraordinarily large individual, Bruja, he does everything he possibly can not to harm anybody who does not need to be harmed. His demeanor he's a judge.
Right.
And simply going to feed on somebody just because he happens to be hungry just doesn't feel right.
Fair enough. Okay.
It's very exploitive.
Very exploitive. Okay. So last but not least, Jonathan Lancer. Barry, tell us about how you wake up, where you wake up, and so forth.
Right. I wake up in my, would you believe, station.
Right, yep.
And the wall to one of the entrances to what looks like a station bathroom.
Right.
Opens, and a coffin rolls out.
Okay.
And the coffin opens, and I get up from there.
Right.
And as I get up, it all puts itself back together again.
Right. It sort of folds
Once
back
I'm
into
out.
the wall. Okay. What are you wearing right now? And where do you keep your hat?
Well, I have a special compartment for my hat. Basically, that very special compartment is my chest. I put it on my chest.
Right.
Oh,
so
on
you
your
sleep
chest.
with it on your chest.
Yeah, literally on my chest.
Okay, cool. So you roll out, take off your hat,
Yep.
put it on your
Yep.
head, stand up.
And one of my ghouls has put, because the bathroom actually works,
Right.
put some clothes out for me, and I'm about to dress into some cleaner clothes
All right.
and shower.
Very good. One of your retainers, Fraser, is there. He's standing, leaning against the wall. He's on his phone.
Fraser,
He looks up at you. Evening.
how you doing this fine evening?
Yeah, well, usual shit going on. We've got a couple of appointments later, but I don't know if you're interested.
Go on, fill me in.
Well, I think we've made some movement with the Gary account that you were talking about.
Okay.
But I'll let you get up and do your thing before we get too far into it.
Okay.
All right. Do you
He
need to
gets himself ready.
You need to call anyone? You need me to do anything?
Who would, did anybody get in contact with me at all?
No, not per se. Not per se.
Oh, cool.
It's just the usual shit, really. I can
Where'd
deal
you
with
learn
most
the
of-
word per se?
Harvard fucking Business School. Where did you learn it?
Same place.
Hard to believe, but okay.
Okay. Just hold on to the hat. Don't crinkle it, huh?
He takes your hat off you and then tosses it on the table from across the room.
Okay, he does what he does.
All right, cool. Casper, where do you wake up upon this evening in Chicago?
I've probably found myself resting in just a typical stingy hotel room.
Okay.
Nothing too expensive.
Right.
One of those one-night stand hotels.
Right, it's pretty dingy. There's fleas. There's fucking bed bugs.
Not comfortable. There's a bed.
Yep. All right, cool. So you wake up on this bed. Now, what have you done about the windows and such? Because obviously you didn't burn to a crisp, so you must have made some provision.
Yes, in the time period, since now it is nighttime, I'll have to go take a cloth and wipe away the residue of blood left over from the windows in the door frame.
Right, because you have cast a certain ritual before you went to bed, I assume. All right, cool. So, getting up, you hear a knock at the door. Hey, you in there?
Depends who's asking.
The proprietor. It's Dawson. Open up. Your time's up in there. You were supposed to check out at 11.
That's my bad, sir.
You
He'll
will-
open the door.
I'm putting it on your bill. He hands you a receipt.
Not a problem at all.
When are you going to pay this up, by the way?
You got an ATM nearby?
Yeah, there is an ATM up the street. We accept electronic cash transfers.
I was just thinking I was going to pay you in cash.
We don't get a lot of that these days. All right. You got the cash here?
I like
or you-
knowing something solid. You know how easy a bank account can be emptied nowadays.
All right, well, come on
It's a crazy
downstairs
thing.
when you're done and get out of here. I'll give you 10 minutes, okay?
All right. He'll throw on his backpack that he has pretty much all of his stuff in.
Okay. What is the room? All your stuff is now in the room. Is that right? Sorry, all
He
your stuff is
he
now
keeps all of his
bagged.
stuff in a backpack, yeah.
All right, cool. Okay.
I'll be back in approximately 10 minutes. You said it's just up the street, right?
That's right. You find it on the corner to Madison and Upper Wacker Drive.
All right. I'll be back in a matter of a few minutes.
All right, so you head off and you withdraw some cash. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, as you're out,
I'm an honorable man.
All right, as you go out on the street and you're walking up towards the cash machine, can you make a perception alertness check for me, please?
Perception and alertness. That is 60, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of those is a 10, which I believe you said counted as what, multiple?
Automatic success, yeah. Okay, you see...
All right, so 1, 2, 5.
5 successes, wow. Okay, you see a large white limousine cruising the street, and as it does so, you notice that it seems to have remarkable luck with the lights. The traffic lights just seem to sweep them through as they go from, corner to corner, from intersection to intersection. The lights just continue to keep changing green for them. They're either the luckiest fuckers in the world, or something funny is going on.
Wonder what that might be.
As the vehicle approaches where your position on the corner, it slows down. And the window rolls down from, next to you, this dark, black, smoky tinted window. And a big puff of smoke comes out from inside. And inside you see this enormous fat man sitting there in a suit. And he looks out at you. Hey, you! You! There!
Can I help you, sir?
Get over here!
He'll walk over just to the edge of the door right there and just kind of tilt down slightly into the window. Help you?
Do you know who I am?
Not at all, sir.
You don't know, huh?
No, I'm still relatively new in town.
I know who you are. How long have you been here?
About just over 2 days now.
2 days you've been here. You got 1 fucking day left. You understand that?
Yes, sir, I do. If I'm taking your meaning correctly.
My name is Ballard. Horatio Ballard. Huh?
Well, Ballard, you said, sir?
That's what I said. Do I have to repeat myself now?
No, sir, you don't.
I didn't think so. You need to see somebody, and you need to do it quick. Huh?
Mind giving me a location as to where I can meet this individual?
Jesus, fuck you are, one dumb motherfucker. He leans out the window and he points up down the street at the Sears Tower, or what is now known as the Willis Tower. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's where you want to go, and you want to say you want to go to Securicorp.
Securicorp.
Mm-hmm.
He'll commit that to memory real quick.
Okay. Are you gonna get there tonight or tomorrow night at the very fucking latest, or I'm gonna find you?
I understand, sir.
Yeah. Right.
A
I don't want
pleasure.
to see you on the street. Till then.
Don't worry. I just have to go pay a bill, and I'll be making my way right over.
Good. Good. That's what I like to hear. A bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Can you tell me?
I can't rightly say offhand, no, sir.
Well, he winds up his window and the car rolls off.
Interesting company they keep here.
All right.
He'll walk back towards that hotel he was staying at the night before.
Okay.
Knock on the door.
Yep. You go inside, and Dawson is at the cash register this time at the front of the reception desk.
All right, now, what's my total today, sir?
Oh, that's going to be Whoa, $150.
Here you are.
He had a little bit of change right
He'll
there.
hand over. Yeah, he'll hand over 170. A tip.
Well, thank you. Fine. You got all your stuff?
Have a pleasure.
All right.
Yeah, I have all my gear.
I'll see you around. Probably not.
Pleasant stay. Take it easy.
All right, and you head off out.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you go?
Off to the old Willis Tower, as I said.
All right, so you get to the Willis Tower, and when you arrive there, you get to the lobby, and you see that there are Securicorp guards and vans parked around the entranceway. And they have offices up on the 42nd floor, according to the notice at the front with the map and what have you, and all the offices and names of companies.
I'm going to say, that's a long way up if I'm looking up at a balcony.
You are. You look. Well, you're in the reception area at the bottom, right, in the lobby of the Sears Tower.
All right. So I'm assuming that's probably where I need to go.
All right. So you
walk up to one of the receptionists.
Mhm.
Pardon me. I'm looking for the Securicorp office, I believe.
Oh, you want to see Securicorp? You need to go over to the lift over there, introduce you to the gentleman by the elevator, and just ask. He'll take you up.
Thank you kindly.
All right. So you head over there.
He'll give a little nod and go off in that direction, yeah.
All right. There is indeed a security guard standing by the elevator as you approach. He turns to you. Good evening, sir. How can I help?
Evening. I was told to go see Securicorp about something.
You got an appointment up there?
I do believe so. I'm supposed to make introductions, I believe.
Oh, I see. Introductions. Okay. Just stay here for just a moment. He wanders off, leaves you there with another security guard who's standing back against the wall watching you. And he goes around the corner. You see him take out his RT his radio telephone as he goes around the corner. He starts talking. You can't quite hear what he says. I mean, unless you want to use heightened senses or something like that.
I do happen to have a acute sense of hearing.
Okay. Well, it also turns up the music and the traffic and everything else, but over that you can make a perception check.
Just flat out perception.
Perception alertness.
And
Perception
all
alertness.
right.
Kiwis aren't fruit. BDG followed us.
Ah, damn.
Well, it was 21 hours.
Can't hear anything. It's a bit too loud in here.
Okay, fair enough. He comes back a moment later. He says, and he opens the lift, and he sort of nods to the lift. Step inside,
So,
sir.
Step inside as asked.
All right. And he stands there silently. You notice that he's packing weapons, and he's wearing like a bulletproof vest underneath his jacket. He stands back by the mirrored wall inside the elevator as the elevator begins to rise. And you can hear music playing over the elevator. As the elevator's going up. It's very happy.
Very iconic.
Very iconic. Yeah, that's the music.
The old school,
That
elevator music.
Yep. And as you get higher and higher up the elevator, you notice that the elevator goes past the 42nd floor where it says Securicorp head office.
Okay, higher up than I had anticipated. He's kind of looking out. I'm assuming this is one of those fancy elevators where you can see outside.
No. This is there are like 8 elevators in the center of the tower.
It's one of those.
Yeah. And when you get to about the 110th floor, which is very close to the top, almost the top, it slows down and stops. And he nods to you and points to the door as it goes. And you
step out.
You step out into a corridor. One wall is all glass. And the dimensions of the floor here are much narrower because the Sears Tower is this weird fucking pyramid thing, sort of, that has different levels and shapes and stuff.
I'll kind of look back to the guard for a moment before the elevator door shuts. Which direction from here?
Left or right?
Straight ahead, around the corner.
Straight ahead?
Yeah. So you follow the pathway that's sort of laid out before you. It's actually kind of obvious, but you didn't know that. So
Never been here before.
There, you get to the security checkpoint. It's like a airport security checkpoint with a fucking metal detector and all the works, and you put your bag on the thing and it goes through a scanner and all of this sort of shit.
I will also have to remove my handgun and my knife from my jacket and store those away as separate.
Okay. And there's this black lady there, takes your shit off you and puts it in the thing and scans it through the thing, and she looks up at you as it goes through. Is that all?
Yes, ma'am, that is all.
Cool. And you go through, and they scan everything, and they give it back to you on the other side, except for the gun and the knife. They put that in
as expected.
a box to the side. And you are ushered through to a waiting room where there is a bar, and there is a bartender wearing a tuxedo. There are a number of fish tanks in this room, and
fancy
big television screen. There is a PS, whatever the fuck we're up to now, PS10.
PS5 now.
Right. PS5.
Expensive.
Right. With a massive screen on one wall, and there's some seating areas and what have you. You see a couple of people sitting around. There is a very attractive-looking blonde lady with long hair and a very exquisite dress with sequins, sitting next to a tall blonde fellow with quite the dancer's body, you might think. And he's wearing a tracksuit. And they're just sitting, talking amongst themselves. They go quiet as you come in. And
I'm assuming I'll probably have to wait somewhere, so I'll find a nearby seat, maybe at the bar.
All right. Very well. The bartender leans over to you. He says, will you be drinking anything, sir?
What do you got for choices of whiskey?
We do have whiskeys, he says. I have, and he points to a number of different labels of whiskey that, you know, all the usual stuff, high-end stuff.
You got Crown Royale back there too?
Probably does. He pours you one.
And I'll have a glass. Oh, nice, please.
He passes it over, slides it across the bar towards you.
Thank you.
As he does that, you hear one of the people behind you stand up, and you, from your peripheral vision, notice that it is the woman. And she seems to sort of drift over to the bar where you are, and she sits on a stool next to you. Bonjour. You are new here.
What's that? That I am, miss.
And
He'll take a casual sip from his drink.
Where are you from?
I'm from the deep south, as they say.
The deep south? The deep south of where?
Georgia.
Oh, I see. That is the Georgia here, the state, not Georgia in...
No, not the one below Russia, miss.
I see. My name is Annabelle.
Pleasure. Valen.
She...
He'll offer a hand out if she wishes to shake his hand.
She gives you her hand like this.
Hold on. Ah, I see. He'll bring up her hand. He'll offer a kiss on the knuckle.
She smiles back at you. And as she does so, she awes you with her presence. Mechanically, that means that you think she's fantastic. She's your new best friend. And unless you want to resist this, but it's up to you. I'm going to need to get my dice out. What was I thinking? I don't have my dice out. Crikey.
What an unprofessional DM.
I know. It's shocking, isn't it?
Dude.
Dude, been sitting here all afternoon.
Do you even play games?
Do you even play games? Do you even play games? Alright, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to even roll her awe for you so we know how awed you are.
All he needs is one success. So,
Yeah. Well, she has more than one success, so you are awed.
yeah.
All right. So it basically just makes it easier for her to get you to like her. And she says,
I mean, I don't really see any point in resisting right now. Not exactly expecting anything.
Right.
I'm here for a meeting. That's all I'm here for.
She says, so you are here to see the prince, I suppose?
Here to make introductions, ma'am. Yes.
I see. And what is it that brings you to Chicago?
Truth be told, I don't rightly know just yet. I felt a calling to come here,
You felt a call.
and I've been kind of working off that ever since.
So it is a kind of intuition, an itch,
I guess you could say that.
a feeling.
Something like that.
May I ask you a personal question?
Might depend on what it is.
Of course. And she leans into you. She says, she puts her hand on your face. How long have you been a vampire?
Oh, give or take about 20, 22 years maybe.
And you have a feeling to come to Chicago from the deep south?
Yeah.
What do you suppose that is?
Truth be told, I don't rightly know.
You don't know. Very interesting. You must come and find me. We have many parties here in Chicago. I have a very nice place where we like to entertain guests. I can introduce you to some of my friends and, we can have a good time. What do you think?
Mayhaps one of these days.
Perhaps.
Mayhaps.
Well, or one of these nights.
Well, we'll see about it at some point, miss.
I suppose. Thank you. What was your name again?
Valen.
Valen. Where does this name come from?
Came up with it myself.
Oh, so you are a self-invented man, then?
More or less.
More or less. Interesting. Very interesting.
He'll take another sip of his drink.
All right. It's as a vampire, drinking stuff.
All right.
It's not.
It's something.
It'll come back up soon. Just so you know.
Still try to enjoy the taste of it while I can.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so you sip some of the whiskey, and she stands up and she turns around and she says, "Brett, keep an eye on things for a few moments. I need to take a meeting." And she turns around and she walks off through another door down the corridor. And the fellow that's standing there, sitting there, this blonde dude, long hair, track pants, sweatsuit, tracksuit basically. He looks up at you. Well, you just met Annabelle Treebell. Do you know who that is?
No, sir, I do not.
Well, she is a Primogen counselor for Clan Tremere. Clan Toreador. No, he does not say Tremere.
About to say, hold on a minute.
That was me fucking up.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Is she
Something
my
back
mommy?
here.
Is she my mommy? No, she's not your mommy.
Well, she seems like a very lovely lady.
He gets up and walks over next to you and says, "So you're drinking, huh? Alcohol? You can do that? You must
Yeah, but never for very long. It'll come back up in time, but I still miss the taste of it every now and again.
You must have one iron gullet." That is incidentally a merit that you can take that allows you to drink and eat food. But we'll come back.
Please tell me that is something I can take later on.
I will. We will think. We'll talk about that.
We'll worry about that at a later
We'll
time.
worry about that at a later time. Exactly. All right. Well, my name's Brett. Brett Stryker.
Pleasure to meet you.
Takes out a business.
He'll offer out his hand, same as before.
He shakes your hand, and he puts his business card down next to him, and it has the name of a dance studio and a gymnasium.
Hmm. I need to see about that gym visit.
Well,
not as in shape as I used to be.
You are one interesting hell of a guy. I'm sure looking forward to getting to know you. You sticking around in town for long?
We'll find out.
I suppose we will.
Should be here for a while. He'll slip away the business card into a section on the inside of his coat.
Okay. Well, a couple of minutes later, Annabelle walks out and she smiles at you, and then she heads off towards the elevators, and she goes, "Brett, come with me." And he turns and very subserviently goes out with her, out through the way that you came back towards the elevators. Now, cutting back to Newbie. You're about to receive a phone call, I believe, from Yury. Is that about right?
Yes.
All right, cool. Newbie, your phone rings. It does not go brr, brr, because we decided that phones in 2023 don't do that.
I leave my little apartment flat thing, and I go downstairs to answer it.
Downstairs to the arcade?
Well, I'm off the arcade, so I'll answer it as I'm going down the stairs from the arcade.
Okay, so you're in the stairwell.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yury, your phone call goes through.
I don't say anything.
Hello.
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 You too. Hi.
Can you not hear me?
Oh my God! Learn to use your phone. It hasn't
My phone,
been that
yes, I'm using phone. Are you in building? You are awake, but I have questions. I cannot get access to security cameras. Again.
Okay.
Again, I cannot access security cameras.
I'm coming over, okay? I'm coming over.
You're...
Damn it.
Okay.
Stop yelling.
He hangs up.
Also hang up.
Okay. Very well. What do you do?
So we're both frustrated.
We're both technically in the same building, just I'm one layer lower than she is. So.
Right. She's on her way down the stairs anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Newbie, you walk into the club where Yury is.
Right, yeah, I walk in. I have a different mask on today. Today I'm wearing it's like a plate that goes over my face as like electronic emojis that come up as I
like LEDs
talk to people.
Stuff.
So yeah.
Okay, cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, and I have like
nice scale of reference might be if anyone here has ever seen or heard of the game Watch Dogs, think of Wrench.
Yep, I know what she was referring to. It's also an anime as well.
Yeah, I forgot it does exist in some shows as well. Anyways, back to the news.
Barry, by the way, you were on your way there, I'm assuming?
Yeah, why not? I want my life disrupted. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm on my way. I'll get on the bike.
Feel free to enter the scene at any time.
Tuck my head away and head over there, and when I get there, I park in my spot.
Right. Okay.
Do the boys come over with me?
What's his name? What's his name? Fraser does. Fraser comes with you.
Okay.
Right. So while you're
and just as a note, I've selected the area in between Roslyn and Pullman on the South Chicago Loop.
All right.
For the there are several industrial complexes on there that are close to residential parks and motorways.
Okay, cool. All right.
And back it.
Very good. All right, so
Newbie, could you get this machine? It's not working again. All is blank. All these screens, they show nothing but blank and snow.
I walk over and I start doing my thing. Getting out, like checking behind to see if it's plugged in. Checking to see if the aerial's plugged in.
Yes, I rebooted as well. Well, I pulled cable up, plugged it in. That's it. Yes, rebooting. Yes. Unless
Newbie,
I kick it, but you told me not to kick it, so.
Inside, Newbie is proud. They chose to turn it off and on again. So proud. Yeah. So I will do what I need to do to try and make whatever he's talking about function.
So you're just looking at trying to bring up the footage from the previous evening just to watch and look out from the outside street cameras and make sure that, you know, his domain isn't being invaded, you know.
Now, at this point, has Yury heard about the incident that happened with Lancer?
Not yet.
Well,
not yet. Lancer's going to tell him at some point.
I mean, Yury could review the footage and find it.
He could.
Yury,
but I don't know he's about to do that.
Right, Yury, do you want to make a wits and investigation check?
Okay.
Seeing as you're reviewing footage and so on.
All right. Not great. So
That's good. What are you talking
that's
about?
That's a great fucking roll. So
that's all the successes. What are you
all
talking
successes,
about?
yeah.
So how many successes?
Just it's all wits. It's all wits. It's
how many?
I'm a very clever individual. Just not learned.
How many successes?
4.
4. Okay. Right. Well, you see in the footage that it makes you a bit paranoid because there is a black vehicle parked across the street, on and off, for the last 48 hours or so, with black tinted windows just sitting there. You can't see the plates on it because it's parked, you know, so on the other side of the street from the cameras. But they move very occasionally, and they return about 15 minutes later. It may even be a different car, but it's obviously the same model car. And nobody gets out, nobody does anything, but it just sits there.
Yeah, what is this? Do you know this car? Do you know this car?
Do I know
the car that's parked. Yes. Is somebody you know?
I don't know anyone.
You know me?
I know you. I know you.
Well, you say you don't know anybody, and yet
Smiley
you know
face
me.
on
You
her
know
little
Yury.
faceplate.